AWR. Woo!
Yeah, welcome to the Animation Weekly Recap.
I miss you. This is me missing you.
It is a Snowcation. Wait, look. Wait.
I have to do this way. There it is.
Hey, it's Snowcation. What up?
Snowcation. Yeah. So, and on top of that, we both got sick. We've been sick for the last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's fun. Irony is we're both feeling better. We could have done this live, and then it snowed.
Yeah, we were kind of like ready to go. I was ready to get out of the house. And then snow decided to just keep us locked up.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks. Sorry we missed you guys last week. We were too busy at Kidscreen Summit getting the flu.
Getting the flu on.
Flu on.
I mean, so good news is it was mostly only Ansley. That's good news, bad news for you.
Yeah, thank God.
I know. But the last half day, we were going to fly out that afternoon. We did have some meetings in the morning, and that's when I got sick, was that night. Because we were rooming together, and then you started hacking for like 3 days. So I was bound to get it.
Yeah. It was a rough go. Thankfully, Pam was there to take over. But I had the flu, strep, and a double ear infection. So
I know your first report was worse than that. Like doctors said, it might be COVID, flu.
Yeah, they thought
double ear infection, and what was it? The sore throat.
Which it was everything but COVID. They said to some sort of chest cold. I had some sort of chest thing, like maybe bronchitis. So I also was on meds for that. Honestly, I haven't been that sick since. Do you remember when I got like swine flu in middle school?
No, can't remember any of it.
Of course you can't. I was only literally on my deathbed.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's like, I think the sickest I've been since then. I had a fever.
You know what? And I remember telling you before you got that, stop kissing pigs. And you just kept doing it.
Pigs?
Swine. Yeah. Didn't you know what swine
were? I thought the swine was a bird.
No. That's the avian flu.
Oh,
which is a bird.
No, the bird flu.
Yeah. No, you were kissing pigs and you got the pig flu.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. I remember that time fondly though.
Do you?
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay. That was like pre-Netflix. I don't know what you did all day long.
I would like make fake music videos to Justin Bieber, and me and my friend would get on. Do you remember that picnic website where you would like take photos and you can like edit them and like add words and like emojis on them? We would just do that all the time.
No, I don't remember that. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I was not on that app. Sorry. But I'm on TikTok, so.
Yeah. Anyways, today's episode is a little bit different. We are going to do a Kidscreen recap, which we kind of already have done,
and that kind of is in the news, right? That's keeping with our topic.
Yeah, it's in the news. And then another big news topic is we are doing a flow review. Finally,
full on flow review.
Took our time while we were sick and put it to good.
Spoiler alert. Right?
It's not a spoiler alert. This movie's been out forever.
I mean, it's still a new movie. A lot of people haven't seen it. By the way, so just so you know, in case you want to stop this right now and go watch it, it is on Max. It just dropped on Max. You can also rent it and buy it on Apple and probably Amazon Prime. But it's free if you're a subscriber of Max.
Yeah, and it's a must-see, but we'll get into that in a little because I have lots of thoughts.
Oh boy, I want to hear those. Let's start with that. Okay, we'll do a quick Kidscreen.
Okay, quick Kidscreen.
Wait, hold on. I got to back up and explain Kidscreen. So Kidscreen is a yearly event, and what it really is it's and this is where I get to put on my business hat, the one that Ansley hates me wearing, but I have it on the whole time, and that's where I'm going as a CEO of Pencilish. and I get to go and really what Kidscreen is, it's buying and selling of animated series, and really specifically TV. There can be people there with like a feature film. I don't know if I've ever seen it, but they may have it in their library and like bring it up. But
Right.
generally, it is people there doing just TV buying and selling. So you have both sides, but they are really suits. There's very few creatives, honestly, walking around. We were kind of the smaller part of that group. You know,
Oh,
there
that
are
was
people that are kind of independent like us that have content, and so therefore that's why we were there. That's why those people would be there. This
yeah.
was Ansley's first time going. It was my second time to a Kidscreen. Ansley's first, and producer Pam, our producer Pam Darley, was her
Producer
first. I like calling her producer Pam now, but she was there also, and so it was her first time also.
Yes.
What were your thoughts, Ansley, of Kidscreen?
Well, from like the one day I was there,
Oh yeah, that's right. You got sick like
I
right away.
yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done, except for the meeting points. Pretty much like you would reach out to people ahead of time. They have this whole exchange like portal where you can message anybody you want. So like you could be messaging Netflix and try to like set up a meeting with them. That makes it like cool because it's a way to get into contact with people that you normally wouldn't. And
Yeah, and just another note to that, with that comes a very expensive price tag. This is not a convention for everybody. This is
I think you
what
have
was it like
to allow
$2,500, I think, or
a ticket.
a ticket
Yeah.
or something.
And I think you need to be like approved in if you're not like a studio.
Yeah. So
If you're,
it's
I
not
think,
really like a San Diego Comic Con. It's not for everybody.
no, it's
It
not an
is a
expo.
kind of industry insider kind of a thing. So go ahead.
Well, so anyways, I thought that was really nice because it's a way for you to get into contact and meet up with these people and pitch to them when you normally wouldn't have a chance to do that, or if they don't normally like know who you are and but they happen to be in the same place. So that I thought was really cool. So we kind of went with like, I would say a pretty good schedule. Some were meetups with a lot of like your friends through the industry. Some were meetups with actual pitch meetings. And then we tried to save time in case you also meet people along the way and you guys can, decide to meet and talk, or you hear somebody would be interested in your pitch, all of that. So that I thought was interesting. I thought that they have meeting points that you kind of tell people ahead of time, okay, let's meet at meeting point A at 3 p.m. And it's just a poll that says meeting point A. And you're standing there, everybody's standing there, and it's like right about 3 o'clock.
There's
and
like 18 to 20 other people standing there.
Yeah, they all
for
have
their
meeting,
person to walk up.
And they're all like trying to figure out because you've never met in person.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to look up the person online and like get pictures.
Well, and everybody's like looking at their lanyards, which are way down here on your stomach.
Yes, the lanyards were so low. You're like staring down at them and you're like trying to read their name and you're like, oh, sorry, wrong person. That part felt like very discombobulated.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought the entire event was like really well done. And I loved that part. I thought it was really cool. I liked how they had events at night where they had a Super Bowl party, they had a welcome party, all this stuff. And it felt very like adult, which I think I'm saying that because we've only ever gone to like expos together. So
that are basically adults, but you're saying like immature adults. Right.
I didn't say it, you did.
Honestly, if you're talking about like Lightbox Expo and CTN, but also like a Comic Con,
yeah,
that's what you're talking about. Those are all adults functions too. They're just.
It felt more. It was more my like speed, I guess, and I liked that.
It's very professional feeling, right?
It was professional feeling. It was like it was businessy. That's kind of like where I come from. That's my field. And so that was like my type of people. So like that I can do. I was excited about that. I was kind of bummed because I was never like in my like go-getter personality when I was sick. Because I kind of came down with it beforehand, but
honestly, I think you got on the plane or whatever. But
I had a fever the day before, so now if we're being logistical, I had a 10-day fever.
Oh my gosh.
Thought it was 8, but that was like technically, remember the day before I said I had a fever and you were like, you're still coming.
I was like, I don't care.
So
Get on the plane.
anyways, I liked that. I thought like the actual business of it all,
Mm-hmm.
I was struggling to see the point of Kidscreen because it feels like you go and you pitch and the
Nothing
people,
happens.
yeah, the people there, like the people that you're pitching to, no one has any like actual plans of picking up a series there. It
Yeah.
feels like, which I'm like lost because I'm like, there must be something we're missing when the companies are paying so much, and the nice companies, they pay to have their own room that you can like come pitch to them in that room. They
Yeah.
like jack it up, they have like cocktails there, they've got all their signage, they're paying a lot of money, they pay all their people to go. Like there's a reason, because these companies are going to be paying so much to do all of that if they're not interested. So I'm like, am I lost? Because how would Kidscreen ever be a thing if like I've never heard a story of a series being picked up at Kidscreen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I have either. So here's my opinion on that. I don't disagree. The idea is just for everybody that's out there, just to think we're not idiots for going, especially this being my second time. The structure and the idea behind it, and it's been going for many years now. So like, it makes sense is that
Yeah.
it's bringing together buyers, and that could be the big studios, the Netflixes, the Disneys, right? All the way down to smaller independent ones and foreign too. Like there's people coming from China
Yeah, there's a
and
lot
elsewhere,
of
a lot of foreign. And so you're reaching all in one spot, all these different studios and channels and broadcasters that are supposedly looking for content. And here we are. Okay, well, we have content, and we're going to pitch
yeah.
you these ideas. And fortunately, Pencilish has something that a lot of people don't, which is we have full pilots, finished for about 3 or 4 of our projects. And so, again, most people are just doing pitch decks, and we did have many of those too. A lot of our newer projects, we have about 8 different pitch decks for newer projects too, and there are about 4 that we were really targeting for this trip that we felt like we're new and we're primed for what people are looking for. Which, by the way, I would just want to dig into, which is preschool is very popular in this area and this time frame, and then the other one is basically comedies from 6 to 11, which tends to be like a SpongeBob type show. So it's Bluey or SpongeBob that everybody is looking for.
Pretty
And
much,
if you compare your thing to one of those things, that's kind of what they want to hear. It was the magic to their ears. And so back to your point, all of it made sense of why we were there and how it's supposed to work.
the concept makes complete sense.
I think what you're sensing that I didn't feel as much 2 years ago when I first went, and that one was in Miami. This one was in San Diego, by the way, is where our world is right now, where our industry is right now. Let's be honest, is radically different even in 2 years, and it wasn't doing hot 2 years ago. I wouldn't say it was like whatever it was, say 5 to 7 years before that. I bet that was a great time to be at Kidscreen.
Yeah.
I would love to think what it would have been like, where maybe things were happening in the room where people would go, I love that idea. Let's move forward. That's a green light. Here's an agreement. I don't know, where you just start making a deal.
Right.
But now I think you're right. If you felt like, wow, it's just people kind of coming together and going through the motions, man, it felt that way.
It felt that way. I wouldn't like, I'm not like taking it for granted because I think we made great connections.
Mhm.
Again, I'm just like,
We did.
I was really bummed because I think if we were like all on our A game, because we did all get sick, I think if we were all on our A game, like a lot more could have happened. I know I wasn't feeling like, well, first off, I didn't really know what to expect. So I wasn't really feeling like going off on my own. But I think like there's like a whole nightlife aspect.
Yeah, we needed you. We
There
needed you for that so bad.
flourished. I was like, I literally worked my entire life for this moment. I would have
me and producer Pam wanted to go to bed early and all that. I was not into it. And I was probably starting to feel sick. I don't know, but I was just really drained every night. And I was like, come on, Ansley, we need you to go out and do the karaoke and make the contacts for us.
Yeah, I'm like hearing karaoke, I'm hearing bar. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like so up my alley. I'm ready to go. And I was feeling just like terrible the whole time. So I really never made it out. And that kind of sucks because I think that's where I could have like really had made a lot of contacts. I mean, I met some people at that one Ireland party. But either way, I would have needed a buddy, but I
think we got all of Ireland sick.
Really?
Off that party. I'm just guessing. I mean,
yeah,
it was soon after that we were all feeling bad.
It was that night that that I got really sick.
And what was that, Monday night? We got in there Sunday, and by Monday night, I think you were out.
I was out. I never left bed.
Yeah, you were in the hotel.
My fiance was talking about driving to California to come get me.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that was nice. Yeah.
I mean, he didn't do it.
I feel like you told him to do that, and then he didn't do it.
No, he was like, I wish I could do something. And I was like, well, it's $300 to change my flight. And he was like, well, maybe I could drive up there. But then he like looked it up. But by the time he would have come.
He had no idea how long of a drive that was, did he?
Well, are you kidding? He has no understanding of that. No.
Oh,
he was like, oh, dang, it's over 8 hours. I was like, yeah, it's like 24, babe.
It's not even close to 8 hours. No, it's like, it'd be a 3-day drive, probably.
I know. Well, it said like 24 hours. He's like, by the time I got there, you would be on your flight. So, anyways.
Dumb idea. Then we have to drive all the way back. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I was bummed about kind of okay, I'm not bummed about no, I am. I'm bummed about the experience. I was hoping like more would have come from it. I was bummed about getting sick. I was bummed about like I just like hate when I'm like not on my A game when it's like something I've been so ready to do for so long. Like I've been so like.
Oh yeah, you did a lot of prep for this. I just want to say this out loud. Ansley was, she's our head of our communications. And a lot of this trip was about, I was very motivated to get Ansley and Pam there, and for two different reasons, get them to know this world of Kidscreen and buying and selling of animation. Because I think Ansley, you would be very good at this. I think this is something that we could use your help on in our company. And I know you were motivated to learn.
I was ready to go.
Yeah. And so what you did was you set up all of our meetings. Honestly, through the Kidscreen app and all that for the last, month or couple months, you've been setting up meetings and stuff. And so a lot of the meetings that we had all set up, you'd already done all that work and stuff. So it was very disappointing, I'm sure, for you not to be able to see that through. Like we had a meeting with Netflix, and that was when I know you were looking forward to being a part of.
I was so excited, and that was the day I got sick. Yeah.
The morning you got sick, you couldn't go.
Yeah, I was really bummed. And I had my outfits picked out, and I like never got to wear them.
Oh man, I didn't think of that, Ansley.
I know. I wore my least favorite outfit day one because I was like, Netflix. My favorite outfit, and I never wear it.
Netflix has no idea what they missed out on.
I know. I had a really cute blazer.
I
know.
Blazer.
Blazer. I was gonna look like very business profesh.
I bet.
Pretty bummed about that.
I bet.
Yeah.
I think I wore this shirt one day. I don't know.
You did.
I mean, yeah, I did. I was going for creative director kind of a look.
Right. But you're not. You're the CEO.
But director. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're the CEO.
I know.
You can't say you're putting your business hat on and then wear that flame.
I didn't wear a jacket once.
Nope.
I should have. You know what? I don't know. Is there a next year? But next time maybe.
No, I think we should go next year. Anyways, yeah, I enjoy. It was fine. Don't worry though. I'm gonna wear my outfits this weekend at Animation Y'all, so they will be worn. I'm very excited. Can we finally get to the reason we're all here?
The flow review.
The flow review. Okay, who wants to go first?
I'm pointing to flow review.
Flow review. Maybe
there it is.
Okay. Who wants to go first? I
do.
Okay.
Okay. So I think we saw it about the same time. I remember, well, you were sick and I was sick actually. And this was only in the last few days.
It's not on the same day. It was Valentine's Day. We both watched it.
It dropped on Max on Valentine's Day. That was the day it dropped.
Yeah, you told me it was up there for one day.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You texted me that for Valentine's Day, Flow is on.
No, look. Yeah, it's going to be there for about 3 months. You should enjoy it. It's Happy Valentine's Day. That's what I wrote.
No, you're lying.
Yeah, I just found that text.
No, you really just made that up.
Yeah, no.
Okay, Philip, I'll send you the screenshots. Can you add them right here, Philip?
What? No.
It's going to be very unfortunate if actually you were right.
As we all know by reading the above, Ansley is dead wrong. Okay.
I think it's you. Because I remember being like, oh, I'm so sick, but I got to watch it right now.
Good attitude.
Anyway, go ahead, rate.
Okay. So, as we all know, to sum this up one more time, but just in case anybody doesn't know about Flow, Flow is an independent animated film that we've been kind of following on this show. We've talked about it multiple times because it's been the buzz and it's only getting more buzz as it's sort of gaining momentum. Hi, Hattie. How you doing?
You want to join? We're listening.
I like the baby voice. He wants to join.
He wants to join. Say hi.
She looks sad. She's got her head is the size of a human's head. It's just weird to see. She's all like, hey.
She's important to the review because she did watch the entire film.
Oh yeah. I know Macy, my dog, she's barking at the screen.
Yeah, I didn't even think about how it's perfect for an animal.
Oh, animals love this. So it is an independent film made in, I believe, France, right? I don't know if you know. I can't remember. But with the basically free software Blender, and that's gotten a lot of buzz too on the technology side.
3.5 million.
3.5 million, and it won the Golden Globe for best. Was it best animated feature film?
Yeah.
Like all of them, right? Beat the Disneys and the Pixars of the world.
Yep.
It is now up for an Academy Award for best animated feature film,
which I think it could get.
Which would be amazing.
I know, that'd be crazy.
I know. I don't know if the Americans are going to go,
Yeah.
Here's the thing. And so it is very entertaining. It's all animals. So here's the very gist of the storyline, which is it's the story of an apocalyptic world, which normally that's the thing that will grab my attention. It's as if something just happened to the world at a flood, and then there's sort of another flood that happens right at the beginning. But basically, a flood has happened, and the world is just filling with water. And for some reason, no floating bodies anywhere. But there are some boats and things that are sort of floating around empty.
Yeah, I did actually think about there's not one person.
I thought it was sort of interesting. It's a fantasy world. It's sort of they didn't take it too realistically. Let's put it that way. So they kind of came up with a very simple premise. I felt like it felt like a video game throughout the whole movie. It's like they just sort of set up a very simple storyline of, okay, everybody's gone. This is sort of the moments after that. There's only animals all over the world, and we only see a few. And then a few of the animals get into a boat and go on an adventure together through very fantastic cities and backdrops. Those aren't even normal. Like, you're not seeing New York. You're not even seeing Tibet necessarily. You're seeing kind of very unusual video game type backdrops that they're going through.
Yeah, and that's kind of like I mean, if you think into the logistics, yeah, like doesn't really make sense because like the initial, sorry, she's laying down. The initial wave happens in the beginning. And it's kind of, well, I mean, what I assumed was the initial could be not the initial wave.
I don't think it's the initial because they kind of hint that there's water already on the ground. There's puddles everywhere. And so I think you're supposed to think it's already, and they're showing an empty temple house. I don't even know what it is. There's cats it's like a cat museum house that the cat lives in.
Yeah. I feel
and
like
it's already empty.
There's logistics though.
Right. There's like a drawing of a cat think about it. There's a drawing on the drawing board. Like there used to be a person there is what they're hinting at.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know that. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, the cat goes on an adventure with a dog, some type of bird, a
capybara. How do you say the
Calabara? I don't know.
That's close.
And then a lemur, right?
And a lemur. And a bird. Did you say the bird? It's a secretary bird. It's a very unique looking bird.
Okay.
The capybara, we need to learn how to say that word, but it's something like that, is a funny kind of a character. I liked him the most.
I really liked it. Really the most.
None of these characters talk. So here's the other amazing thing about this movie. There's no dialogue in the whole movie. And to think that it's doing as well as it's doing, and I'm assuming it's making money also, but it's winning so many awards and doesn't have. It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's not a kids movie. I would say. I think it's mature. I don't know if kids would really fall in love with it.
Kids
I don't know.
Never be able to pay attention to that because there's no dialogue. I will say that's my only hardest part. Like it was a little bit hard to you really have to pay attention because everything is nonverbal. It's all visual.
You do, yeah.
You can't glance at your phone for 1 second because it's not like they're talking and you can hear the words in the background. So you really did have to pay attention, which I didn't mind, but it was a little bit okay, every once in a while I was a little bit ready for some verbiage, but then you kind of got used to it towards the end, I would say.
Yeah. I felt here's probably my go ahead. What?
Can you rate now and stuff? I feel like we've done enough of a
okay. Yeah, because I do have some critiques. It's a hard one. It left me with gosh, I don't 100% know how I felt about that movie. I don't think it was as good as I was wanting it to be.
I'd agree.
It was very good. So 7 or 8 is what I'm going to say.
I'd agree with that. Honestly, I do think we had such high expectations.
Yeah.
And I wonder if we went into it blindly, if we wouldn't think this so much, but I thought character development was so good.
Yes.
Because there was so much nonverbal and everything was just characters interacting together and
animal characters on top of that.
And if you don't do that correctly, the whole movie's like a flop because it's not there's really too much of a storyline.
Honestly,
they're really just hanging out on a boat.
Yeah, and it's animals that, if you look at their faces and stuff, I mean, they're not human faces. These are animals, and so therefore, you don't even get the range of emotion that you would on a human. So a lot of it is how they're acting.
Yes, and you felt for them I don't know. I've said this on this show before, but one thing about me is animals in a show or being killed in anything on TV kills me over a person. I'm whatever. The
Terrible.
animal, it's, like, heartbreaking because they're hopeless, like, they can't communicate for themselves, like, get their own help. They're, like they're hopeless, like, those, like, scenes of the cat, like, swimming and stuff and, like, drowning a little bit, like, it was just, like I hate cats, and it was breaking my heart.
Yeah, yeah. I think both of us would have liked this if it was about a dog more.
The dog in it was cute. They just kinda made the dog like a stupid character, though.
The dog was stupid. It was a dumb dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell loyal, but dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
did like how it just kept coming around. I mean, there were so many, like, sweet storylines in it, though, which is so crazy with no
mm,
talking,
yeah.
and how they were able to just, like, show that with movement of animals and, like, slight facial features was crazy and mind-boggling to me, so for
Yeah.
that, my rating goes up because the wild robot didn't have, like, nearly as much character development, and look at what they put all into it, and there was dialogue.
Right.
And I feel like I care for these characters 20 times more.
Man, that's a really good assessment. I have to agree with that. I mean, the cat, especially, who's the main character, obviously, this black cat, um, was extremely expressive. And this is animated by somebody that obviously has a cat because you really knew almost all the time
Eyes will bulge. Oh my gosh, it's
yeah, what it was thinking, and just even the like the timid kind of movements and then the skittering away and you could tell from what right away it wasn't like some cats that are kind of bold and confident. This was like a pretty timid cat through the whole movie
yeah,
and going through some pretty amazing things. So
yeah.
I do want to say this. So those are huge compliments. The fact that they pulled this movie off, no dialogue, it's animals in a very fantastic situation, and they're just reacting to things, honestly. That's going to slide into a little bit of my critique, which is it's just animals reacting to things. I
No,
didn't feel like
much more.
there's a little bit more. Yes, you could see, but that's where it got a little bit
First,
unbelievable,
the
where I'm
bird
like,
becomes the cat. Well, okay, first off, what animated feature film is believable? How many things have you drawn? A dragon? That's not realistic. I mean, the plot's yeah, it's
we
not
made
believable,
it very
it's fake
believable, though.
fiction.
Yeah.
So
He
I
had
don't buy into
motivations,
that.
he had desires, he had motivations. Like, we don't really know what this cat's desires and motivations are pretty much through the whole movie. Maybe toward the end, we do. Oh, I
No,
wanna get my
I
friends back
agree.
together.
There's so many parts though where like the cat like is taken by the bird and over there. I was like trying to always get back to the boat. Like there's a lot of
The
different.
first half of the movie, you gotta admit, is you could just define it with one word: curiosity. They're all kind of coming together through curiosity. They're sniffing around. They're just
Yeah,
finding things. They're going into the boat. They're going through little lands, and it's just like, and reacting to things. And uh, that's not really a story, and that's not really us knowing, oh, that character wants this, and it's flawed here, and this the whole arc
right.
of your characters.
That's how like most films are. Like the first half, you're trying to figure out what's going on. You don't figure out like their meaning behind it till the end.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. No, no. It
But
I'm writing a script right now, so I could tell you definitely no. You're writing motivations and very much a structure to your story. So I'll back off of that slightly and just say structure is kind of what I'm missing in this. Now, I don't know how else you would do it to do this film. So this is a minor critique in that it's kind of a miracle this person pulled this off. All I'm going to say is that I missed uh, I kept thinking about why was it called Flow, right? And to me, it was a story that just sort of flowed. I applied it to the story, and yeah, you could just say, well, flow because of water and all that. But
well, maybe that's what they mean.
the story seemed to just kind of flow along, and that's not always a good thing. It just sort of like, and that's why when you're saying, oh, if I blinked or if I wasn't watching, all of a sudden I'd look up and we're in a totally different things happening. What just happened? Because like in a second, all of a sudden they would kind of come up to something new.
You know what? No.
And you'd be like, oh, oh, now we're underwater. You know what I mean? Like it just kept kind of like meandering into the next little setting. It felt like a bunch of vignettes, like little stories that were kind of glued together.
Yes, I agree, but you can't tell me it's not a good movie.
Come at me.
No, okay, well, let me ask you this. Did you cry?
No, I didn't, but I don't cry kind of ever, really.
Oh my gosh, I cried so many times. When the bird protects the cat and then the other bird snips its wings so it can't fly with its flock, and then it's flying, and then
beat him up.
Goes up to him and then like asks him to join the tribe. Are you kidding? You're telling me you didn't cry? You're telling me when the boat was on the side of a cliff and the dogs and everybody were stuck in there and the cat was trying to save its life, that you didn't cry?
No. No, I didn't.
Okay.
But I get
soul, so
I mean, I get what you're saying in that. Here's the other thing. I wish there was the animator in me wishes there was more expression on the faces and stuff, because the modeling of the characters, I thought the cat held his own, but like the dopey dog and the copper burrow or whatever, capybara, the bird, they didn't have a lot of emotion in their faces that they seemed to be able to pull off. And they were a little bit like the dog. It's a Labrador retriever type dog.
It's a golden retriever.
Or a golden retriever. It didn't have much expression or anything.
I don't think it was
ever. Yeah, it was supposed to look dumb and just like.
Except I think they were animating that way. They were animating them realistically, and these animals have those types of expressions.
They were. I mean, they definitely pushed them further than what an animal, like you could see smiles and things like that. Like they were definitely.
My dog smiles. I don't know about you.
Yeah, your dogs too. My dogs struggle with that, but they're happy. I don't know. Yeah. So I mean, you didn't feel like it was like a story that was sort of meandering?
No, I could agree with that, but I liked the whole meander.
You enjoyed the ride. Okay.
Yeah, I was having a good time. I mean, I was there for it. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think I would probably maybe rate it higher than.
But I mean, like, okay, here's a better example. By meandering and having a lack of structure, I must admit that what I get left with, and yeah, you're right. The ride is fun. So I'm not saying don't go see this movie by any means. It's really well done.
You literally said it was like a 7 or an 8 now. You even said one nice thing about it.
I know. I'm closer to 7. So, but what I mean is I was watching it going, where is this heading through the whole movie? And I guess that's not a feeling I normally like. The American filmmaker in me, I like to kind of know what the goal is, at least of my main character.
Yeah, but isn't that
I didn't know that.
Refreshing? Like for the first time, I was watching a movie that I can't guess the ending.
It was different. I think that's a good point. I shouldn't have to have that probably to feel like it was a good movie. But I must admit, I'm very used to it, and that's the American filmmaking side of me, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it's on an American film,
and it's not. I know, you're right. It's probably unfair to say that, but I must admit, here's what I thought was going to happen, and here's how I want you to think about it for a second before I say anything. You must, because it does make you guess, where is this heading, right? You have to be thinking that. Anybody watching this movie, you're gonna think that, and you're gonna hopefully enjoy the ride, but you're gonna be like, okay, how is this gonna end, right? Because it's just meandering. Okay, is it gonna build? Is it something gonna happen that's a little bit bigger, so you know it's over? I thought that it was gonna end with, it was gonna find the cat was gonna find its land or whatever, and be this sort of cat land where all the cats have ended up. And
No, they worked the entire. I would never would have thought that they worked the entire film on building all of these unlikely friends. Why would we then just
here's why. Here's why. Bookend wise, they started it because I kept thinking where we started the film is going to matter. Turns out it doesn't. But I was thinking, oh, we're starting in the world of cats almost. It's like there's huge cat sphinxes and stuff like that in this, because I guess it was an artist that lived there and made all these like cat sculptures all around his or her plot of land, right? Her house. And that's where this cat came from. And so, but one of them was like huge, right? Like size of a house. And you're like, okay, well, that makes me feel like this is a very unique starting point. Does that mean that they're going to find, but then other than that, though, this was the only cat in the whole movie. Like there was other animals, a pack of dogs. Okay, then it's trying to find its cat people.
I'll be honest.
And that's where I thought it was going to go.
Mad.
What's that?
I said, I'll be honest, you're making me mad. And we're at 40 minutes. And I don't want to listen to you keep talking crap about a really good film.
I'm analyzing it. That's all.
Extremely deeply. I wish you would do this to like something like The Wild Robot.
I do. We don't do movie reviews that often.
About other things, I think this one deserves the benefit of the doubt. It was a good film, and I will say that. And
all right? Can you answer my question? What did you think was going to happen at the end? Now I can't even remember the ending, but I can. It was bizarre. But go ahead. What did you think was going to happen at the end? Did you see anything?
The same thing that was just gonna. They were just gonna
fall off.
I was just enjoying living. I can't even remember.
You don't remember thinking anything?
No, I liked it. I thought it was sweet. I just remember thinking it was sweet. Like the whole thing. I just was along for the ride. I wasn't like sitting there so anxiously awaiting some new thing when they can't communicate.
I know, but the director is communicating to an audience, and so I was trying to figure out.
I enjoyed it.
Okay, but okay, let me back off of that question. Let me introduce this though to you, and I'd love to hear your answer. I hope you have one. What do you think we were supposed to get out of this?
Was very confused by that.
Yeah, now you can't say you like that ending.
No.
And it wasn't really the ultimate ending. I can't remember what happened after that, but there was a little bit more that happened after that. I don't know if it was.
I can't say it was my favorite. I was very confused. I just had no idea what was going on.
And I think that was the last time we saw that bird, right?
Yeah, it like died.
It died? I don't know if it died. I don't know.
Or it went to space. That's how I took it.
Or heaven. I mean, I think you're supposed to think that it transcended to another level.
I had no idea where it went, but anyways, I enjoyed the film. Just to say, yeah, the ending, it could have changed. It could have ended with, I think the ending was when they saved the animals from the boat. It could have ended with that, and the bird was there, and not had gone out to space. And
yeah, maybe the bird showed back up right when they needed them at the end or something.
No, I just think we could have done without the entire part on the hill.
Yeah.
With the aliens. That's my only thing I will say I didn't like.
There's no aliens. I mean, we didn't see the aliens.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah. So I didn't talk you out of what was your number that you said this was?
Oh, I didn't say a number. I would say like 8.5.
Okay. So I didn't, was it going to be a 9 and now it's an 8.5 because I talked you out of a 9?
No, you didn't talk me out of anything.
You're not. There's no talking you out of anything ever, is there?
Well, I really enjoyed it. It was great.
It was a good movie.
I seriously am tired of listening to you talk crap about it. Actually, I'm actually gonna fight because you have taken this opportunity to.
This is called a movie review. You said let's do a movie review.
I thought it was going to be a good one. I didn't know that we were doing a bad one, or I wouldn't have done it. I thought we were going to say nice things about Flow because it's a good movie.
It's a good movie. I reached out to the director and I asked him if he'd be on my podcast. Yeah, I wanted him to be on my podcast. I have a lot of questions for the guy, but I do really respect him.
He's going to see this and not come.
I'm sorry I upset you.
I'm actually angry. Bye. Love ya.
I feel like you can't take it. Like this is just how it works.
You're wrong. I'd kill it.
Mwah.
Can't wait to.
Come on now.
Text you when it wins the Oscar.
It might.
Bye.
Tell us what you guys thought in the comments. I'm reading these. I want to hear.
Only if it's good. Okay.
Love you. Better like it. All right. Bye.
If you like what you just saw, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, Pencilish Studios.